Wednesday. Thank you so much for tuning in and for choosing to spend some of your time with me. Happy Wednesday. Happy January. Happy. So for anybody who's been following, you know that this year is all about authenticity and being unapologetic in our authenticity, not in a way that's offensive or intentionally seeks out to hurt other people, but in a way that we just stop apologizing for being our awesome, amazing selves, for being evolving and changing and growing beings. We like what we like, and we're not going to keep apologizing for it. We follow our peace, we trust our instincts, and we're not going to apologize for it. Okay, so with that in mind, today we're talking specifically about the differences between fear and love and operating between those two, because we are either having thoughts, saying words, or taking decisions, taking action from a place of fear or from a place of love. That is it. There is no middle ground. I'm sorry to tell you, there's no middle ground. So you're either acting from a place of fear that is worry, frustration, anger, or you're acting from a place of love that is generally peace and joy and the good feelings that go in that direction. The best example that I can give is this. I was talking to a friend, and she bought a gym membership, and she said when she bought the gym membership, she felt really good about it. She had a peace about it. She's going to take on her personal health, and she's going to start doing this thing for her life. She felt really good about it. She had peace when she went down and signed up. She felt really good. That is moving in the direction of love, right? Love for herself, love for her health, honoring her body by taking care of it, because the more we take care of our bodies, the more it's able to do for us, and so on. So she was automatically making those decisions from a place of love. And then she started thinking about it, and she said, I don't want to go to the gym by myself. What if other people are watching me? What if I do the machines wrong? What if? So even though she bought the gym membership, she wasn't going to the gym. Now she's operating her thoughts, her words, and her actions from a place of fear. We all have a tendency to do this. We make a decision, generally, when we make a decision that is residing in peace, and it feels good, and it feels peaceful, and it feels like, yes, I'm being pulled in this direction, and this feels like my intuition's going, come here. My spirit is like, come this way, right? We go in that direction, and then we automatically start talking ourselves out of it, and we let fear take over. So the number one thing that we have to do is we have to be constantly, and I do mean constantly, checking in with ourselves, asking ourselves, am I moving in a direction of fear? Am I moving in a direction of love? I want to be clear with you too. A lot of times people will say, oh, well, I'm super worried about my child because I love them. Worry is rooted in fear. Those are two different things. When you are worried about someone and you think that they're not going to make the right decision, or that's fear. Those are fear-based decisions. And if you've ever read your Bible, it says that perfect love drives out fear, right? Those two things cannot coexist in the same moment. If you acknowledge, I am worried, but I recognize what I can and cannot do, and it is not my job to fix this person's life, or is not my job to force my decisions upon this person. They also get to make the choices that they feel are best for their lives. Hopefully they're moving in a place of fear. My job is just to love on them. And sometimes we think that loving on them is judging them and telling them which way to go and how to live their life, and that's not love. Again, that's based on fear. So we have to just be constantly in awareness. Am I using these words? Am I meditating on these thoughts? Am I taking action? Am I making decisions that are based on fear, or are they based on love? So this requires the number one thing that I talk about over and over and over, which is self-awareness. It is so important that we are self-aware and that we are tuning in at all times and saying, why am I doing this? Is it because I'm afraid of something? Because if you are, you get to shift and go in the direction of love. Even when we think about something as simple as, I made a video about this before, I went to Great Wolf Lodge with my daughter, and there was this ride called it's when you cross up like this and you just drop straight into this tunnel, and it looks really scary, and there's like a howl and the screaming, and so I thought, this is really scary, but it was a different kind of scary, and what stopped me from getting on the ride so many times was fear. But there was a greater part of me that wanted to do this ride because I needed to kind of overcome this challenge. So I sucked it up, I tapped into my love, I jumped in this thing, and I did it, and I lived, and I was fine, right? And then it reminds us, when we step right past fear, when we go through the fear, it reminds us of how resilient and capable and resourceful we are. It reminds us that we won't in fact die, but actually tap into how strong we are, how capable we are, how aware and able we are. And then we use those gifts and those abilities when it comes to other things in our lives. So that's your challenge for the rest of your life, not just for the week. Let's be real. The challenge is to tap in, to check in, to be aware with yourself, and to start realizing, why am I making this decision? And if it's rooted in fear, how do I shift it and get myself back to a place of love? Sometimes it's as simple as, I made this decision. It felt like peace when I made it. I trust my peace. I'm just going to keep heading in this direction, rather than allowing ourselves to spiral out with all the things that could go wrong and moving in the direction of fear. Instead, we go, I see you. I know where you come from. I get that you think you're trying to protect me, all of you thoughts of fear. But again, the reality is, when I made this decision, it felt peaceful. I'm going to keep moving in this direction. And then we let that become our mantra, right? Because our peace becomes not just our guide, but it also becomes our reward. And then we get to reside in that place. And it also helps us eventually, as we overcome our fears, we eventually build more confidence, we feel more capable, we move into scarier things in our lives, and so on and so forth. Because you deserve to live a life that is fun and fulfilling and filled with love, but you can't do that if you're allowing yourself to be bogged down with fear. Fear of what other people think, fear of what you can or cannot do, fear of whatever, right? So we have to get better at acknowledging, first and foremost, is this fear or is this love? Because we cannot rectify what we do not identify. So let's identify it, and then let's step in the direction of plowing through it. And if you're looking for some tips on how to, do the scary stuff and how to build up confidence, I'll add a video here at the end for you that will give you some of that. And if you know anyone who can benefit from it, please share it. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and give it the thumbs up if you like it. That's all I have for you. I hope the rest of your week is magic. Your weekend is fantastic. And that each day you allow yourself to just be present in the moment, be aware of where you're at, so that you can shift in the direction of love. Because when you do, that, my dear, is super sparkly everything. That's what I have for you, and I love you so much, and there's nothing you can do about it. Peace!